The Relic Shop. They say some objects carry memories. I think some carry intent. I've owned a small antique store for almost 12 years now, Waverly Relics, tucked into a back street that rarely sees tourists, the kind of place that smells like cedarwood, old paper, and history. The kind of place where time slows, or perhaps forgets to move entirely. I never set out to collect haunted objects. I don't even believe in ghosts. Not in the traditional sense, anyway. But there's one particular item that has changed that. Changed everything. It's a brass music box, shaped like a hexagon. Ornate carvings all over it, tiny vines, animals I can't quite name, and a strange symbol on the underside that looks almost like an eye, but not quite. No maker's mark. No hinge. It doesn't open. It doesn't play. Just sits there. And it always comes back. The first time I acquired it was from an estate sale. A woman in her late 80s had passed, and her niece brought me a few items from the attic. The music box was among them. She said she never remembered seeing it in the house before. It was just there, she shrugged. In a drawer she never used. I priced it cheaply, $20, I think. Some things just don't call for more. The man who bought it was a collector. Asked no questions, barely glanced at it. 2 days later, I saw his face on the evening news. Missing hiker found dead after 4 days in the woods. No clear cause of death. The reporter said he wasn't dressed for hiking. Didn't bring water. Just wandered out into the forest and never came back. I didn't make the connection then. Coincidence, I told myself. 3 weeks later, the music box was back on the shelf. No receipt. No name. Just sitting there one morning like it had always been part of the collection. The second time, I noticed. A young woman, university student, maybe, came in looking for a birthday gift for her eccentric aunt. She chose the box almost immediately. This feels strange, she'd said, holding it in both hands. Like it's watching me. But she laughed it off and bought it. 4 days later, her roommate reported her missing. I waited this time. Waited to see if the box would come back. It did. One morning before opening hours, the bell over the door rang on its own. I looked up from the back room, and there it was, on the same shelf, perfectly centered. I checked the security footage. The tape glitched at 3:17 a.m. just a burst of static for 7 seconds. When it came back, the box was on the shelf. I began keeping a log after that. Entry 1. Buyer, male, mid-30s. Office worker. Bought the box on a whim. Date sold, February 4th. Disappearance, February 6th. Returned, February 11th, shelf placement exact. Entry 2. Buyer, woman, 40s. Gift for husband. Date sold, March 9th. Disappearance, March 10th. Returned, March 15th, again placed during security blackout. By the 5th entry, I stopped selling it. I placed it in a locked case in the back. No price tag. No label. Just, hidden. It didn't like that. Things began to shift in the store. Subtle things at first. Clocks would stop at 3:17. Mirrors cracked with no one near. Customers reported feeling watched, followed, even after leaving. One man returned the next day, pale and shaking. Said he had dreams of an eye made of brass. It opened, and everything inside it was wrong. No light. No color. Just a void that knew his name. I didn't even buy anything, he said. Why do I keep dreaming about that thing? I moved the box again. Wrapped it in salt, iron filings, even buried it under a false floorboard. I started sleeping in the back of the shop, half out of fear, half curiosity. Something was trying to interact with me. Or maybe warn me. That's when I noticed the music. It started faint. Like someone humming just out of earshot. Always at the same time, 3:17 a.m. It never got louder, never closer, just, present. The music box never opened. Still doesn't. But one night, I swear I saw the vines move. Just for a moment. Like they were breathing. I thought about destroying it. Burn it. Bury it. Smash it. But a part of me, call it fear, or fascination, stopped me. What if destroying it releases something worse? A week ago, someone broke into the shop. Nothing was taken. No money. No valuables. Just the case where I kept the music box. It was gone. The next morning, I found it sitting on my bed. No fingerprints. No sign of forced entry. Just the box, humming softly. Not music. A voice. Not language, exactly, but intent. Something like, "You're next." I've stopped sleeping. I've stopped logging. The shop is still open, technically. But I don't let people in anymore. I just sit behind the counter, watching the box. Waiting. I know it's not done with me. I don't think it ever will be. Some nights, I hear it whisper in a voice that sounds like mine. Other nights, I hear the bell ring. But the door never opens. I've written this down not as a confession, not as a warning, just a record. A timestamp in case I go the way the others did. If you're reading this, and you find a small brass music box, hexagonal, heavy, unmarked. Don't touch it. Because if you do, it will come back. And next time, it might bring something with it. End of narration. The camera pans across an empty antique store. The bell above the door jingles softly. A soft hum, like a lullaby, plays in the background. On the center shelf, the music box waits, still closed, still watching.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next one. Thanks for listening.